Right, hello chat. Technology is difficult. Right, tonight we have GrayFooxX versus Thunder for the 2025 Metroid Fusion Tournament, any percent. Thunder is third place in the leaderboard with a personal best of 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 4 seconds, very close to the 110. Meanwhile, GrayFooxX is 40th in the leaderboard with a personal best of 1 hour, 17 minutes, and 50 seconds. So two runners of a bit of a different caliber, but should still be an interesting race, even if just to watch these two good runners give us a good show of what Fusion is all about, with Thunder being on the more technical side of things, because obviously being third place, he does a lot of more technical strats to save as much time as possible in every single room. Meanwhile, GrayFooxX is still... He already knows the game, but obviously he's still picking up... I wouldn't say beginner strats, but... he's still picking up more mid-level strats, you know, just still trying to get better and better at the game. That's how it goes. I'm Darkspy. I'm meant to be joined by Autumn in a few moments here, but for now, I am solo. So, how's Chad doing? As we see Thunder playing, but this race will have a restart as GrayFooxX had some issues on his end. Remember to drink plenty of water, chat. It's summer in the northern hemisphere, so temperatures are high. Be sure to keep your water levels in check. Yes, indeed, Thunder. Quick restart. We will be back. In not too long, hopefully. It looks like our runners are preparing to restart this race. Ah, there we go. Hey, Adam.
Hey, finally back after several tech issues here.
Technology is hard.
That's why they're starting to call me scuffed out of habit. I really hope I don't actually make that a thing.
No, no. The only thing I know you for is fusion out of habit.
Anyway, we've got a new race room.
Yep. Our racers should be restarting their race shortly. I've already gone ahead and introduced the tournament and our racers, so that's been taken care of.
All right. Yeah, and we're just getting everybody readied up in the new race room because, of course, race time just ignored when I told it not to auto start.
Sensational.
But we should have our runners getting ready in just a moment here.
Meanwhile, Thunder is practicing text and climb while he's waiting.
This is why Thunder is just built different.
Oh yeah. Imagine practicing climb instead of just doing it on the blue.
I usually just reset it, to be honest.
I mean, honestly, same. I do the more based thing. I don't even play fusion.
I also am that, yeah. On the 15-second countdown here, so I think we've got like a 45-second stream delay. Should be up and running within the minute here.
Okay, that's fire. Let's go.
I feel like we have a lot of sentient PS4 controllers taking part in this tournament.
Indeed. Meanwhile, I believe we only have 3 participants playing in the GameCube controller. Them being me, Monkey, and Schmade. And then the rest is a mishmash of either Xbox or other controllers and keyboard.
I'm going to be the weirdo. Once I get my GameCube working, I'm going to be using an original GBA, not an SP.
Oh, that is incredible. Isn't the...
I have an SP. It's just,
Yeah.
I like the wide.
I also like the YGBA, except for the fact that the D-pad is very mushy. Okay, we seem to have started. Just need to sync up the runners and then we'll be fine.
Yep, it looks like Jeff is already on that. Shout out to Jeff Gaines and Games for being a fantastic speed gaming volunteer and helping get a lot of our stuff up and running.
Indeed. We have a lot of incredible people volunteering to keep speed gaming up. If you can support speed gaming in any way possible, do not hesitate to do so.
Very true. If you like watching speedrun races, and especially if you like Metroid Fusion, they make it happen.
Oh yeah.
And it looks like we've got the sync just about here.
Oh yeah, that is borderline perfect.
You know, we just had to watch GrayFooxX really think about talking to Adam for a moment there.
I mean, who wants to talk to Adam? By far the worst part in Fusion.
There is a reason why we have a hack called Faster Fusion, which largely cuts out the Adam and the RNG to make Fusion better.
Mm-hmm. Like, it literally is just Fusion, but better. Right, so, missile segment. By far, I think, the most reset split in all of Fusion.
Absolutely. Yeah, you usually see our runners get up to their missiles in the upper 2-4x or low 2-5x. Or you see our runners reset if they're not going to hit those kind of times.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of technical movement, a lot of text, so there are many opportunities to make either big or small mistakes that just make runners think, not worth the effort, might as well just reset, try again.
Both runners with some very clean climbs here. Thunder about a
Mhm.
room ahead here, probably on the back of some excellent mashing.
Oh yeah,
Also, one thing that we're seeing our runners do a good job of is getting their door fixes in.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Door fixing, believe it or not, over an entire run actually saves a good chunk of time. There are a few that are almost half a second each.
Yeah, I think I've read that it was like, is it 20 seconds across a 90% run?
I'm not sure, but that number does sound about correct. Yeah.
Which is
It's
both so much and also sounds so little over the course of a run that's going to take in the hour and a little over an hour and 10 minutes to get through, but also those seconds are very precious. Thunder first to the missiles, GrayFooxX close behind.
Yeah, Thunder is still only just about a room ahead, which isn't much. Our runners will now find their way to Arachnus. They will be picking up missiles on the way because Arachnus takes 15 missiles to kill. However, you want to also have extra missiles to make the Core X as fast as possible. So they will be picking up both missile packs that are available on the way to Arachnus.
Yeah, and actually missiles have been a recent change in the route in the past year as well. We've gone through a lot with the missile routing, and a lot of runners are now picking up 50 missiles where the old logic was 45. And a lot of the logic on that is 45 is technically optimal, but unless you get a perfect nettery fight, 50 will often save time that you would lose if you don't get your charge shots and power bombs perfect in that fight.
And also having 50 makes it more comfortable to skip a few red X's across the run, and each red X that you can skip in the eye doors is about a second. So over a few eye doors, that can pile up really quickly.
Absolutely. Also, nice sweet spot from Thunder.
Yeah,
Not a surprise from a runner of Thunder's caliber, but still
exactly.
nice.
That setup that Thunder does to manipulate the Core X into the sweet spot, it is actually really interesting how it works, because he does one small hop, and in the second hop he turns around so that he's facing the right way to shoot a missile up at the core just as it hits the sweet spot.
Yeah, it was a solid backup to get that double in at what looked like the last second there for GrayFooxX. Not hitting a sweet spot, but still able to save the 3 seconds over the time that would be lost by only hitting a single.
For context, each double that our runners can do on Core X's will save them exactly 3 seconds. Because the Core X's have 180 frames of invincibility frames after being hit by a missile.
And the fun part is every time we upgrade our missiles, the timing on our doubles will change as it increases the cooldown between firing as well as the missile velocity.
Base missiles are by far, in my opinion, by far the easiest missiles to do doubles with. Not that the others are like extremely hard or anything, except for diffusion. I just think diffusion doubles are impossible, but that might be skill issue. But base missiles definitely the easiest to do doubles with, and it makes sense. You can fire them relatively quickly, and their cooldown is extremely short. So
For sure.
both of our runners having to say hi to the resident saxophone going down the main elevator.
It really is. Anyone ever going to teach the sax how to use a door?
Personally, I think that Sax does know how to use doors, but there must be some kind of vendetta that it has against that one door specifically, so it just wants to blow it up.
You know, that is a reasonable choice. Clean stabilizer one from Thunder there.
Getting the steam cycle, which is very important because each stabilizer runs on what we call steam cycles, which are essentially whenever the background screen goes red. Runners will typically try to get as few of those as possible to make the rooms go by also as quickly as possible, because each additional steam cycle that you're forced to go through loses a second and a half.
Also, if anyone has ever wanted to know how to speedrun Sector 1, just take a look at Thunder's screen here because he is putting on an absolute clinic.
Absolutely. Textbook perfect so far.
Exactly what we expect to see from the number 3 any percent runner in the game.
Recently, Thunder has been getting some crazy paces. He's been very close to getting a 110 numerous times by now, but he's been recently getting really shafted by bad endgame luck. So, unfortunately, we still don't have a third 110 on the board.
Fusion gonna fusion. I mean, when I started running the game, 110 was almost seen as the thing that was just never going to actually happen.
I mean, when I started speedrunning Fusion, that was the case with 109, but with Scotty's recent new record, who knows? So they're getting only a single beam in here. Let's see if he can get both doubles, which I'm pretty sure he can.
And not very long to get that Core X into position. And the reason we worry about sweet spots, for anyone who doesn't know how this works, is there's a timer that goes on in the rooms, and the Core X needs to get into a certain spot to be able to give Samus the power-up. So we want to hit the sweet spot so it will immediately allow us to pick up the power-up instead of having to wait for it to get in position and then be checked for.
That is exactly
Looks
it.
like GrayFooxX missing the doubles there and having to go for singles on the store, and I've already forgotten to count the iDoor beams.
Don't worry about it. I'm also forgetting.
Okay, looks like trying to drag it over so that there's less room to go to pick up the power-up after the double-double was not picked up.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Thunder already through Stabilizer 5, the true boss of Sector 1 if you've played any rando. Although I guess it's
absolutely
not as bad with the Randovania randomizer because we've actually put a check in that Stabilizer room so that there's a reason to go in there.
Indeed. And while we're on the subject of charge core still, for anyone wondering what doubles are, essentially, for every Core X, you can manipulate them such that you can shoot 2 missiles into them in a way where both missiles hit the core or the eye of the core for beam Core X's in the same frame, so that the game recognizes both hits at the same time. The reason why that works is hitboxes in Fusion are weird, and they allow that to happen.
They really take the box literally in Hitbox.
Oh yeah. Core X's especially, like regular cores, they look circular, but don't let that fool you. Their hitboxes are squares. Both runners having relatively clean Sector 1 exits. Thunder now going into Sector 2, while GrayFooxX is going into the Sector 1 nav room. Right, I need to...
Thunder about to find out that there's an SAX in the station.
I need to ask a question, like, what... We go to Sector 1, right? And then we go to Sector 2. That makes sense. Right, Sector 1, Sector 2. Why do we go to Sector 4 next? Why not Sector 3? Who designed this?
That's a great question. Perhaps we were thinking about going into an exponential order, but then we go into 3 after 4, so they just throw all of that out the window. Oh, Thunder nailing that
Damn.
shot to get through the Zoro and not have to slow down at all.
Mm-hmm.
Not easy to hit that charge shot.
Yeah, that is a lot harder than it looks. And for anyone who doesn't know that strat, that specific pattern is an instant half-a-second time loss. Gotta love losing time in a speedrun without it even being your own fault.
And Fusion is such an interesting game in the RNG regard, in that until you start getting good times, RNG really doesn't matter.
No, not really.
Like when you're in the 120 range, even maybe up into the 119, 118 range, so much of your improvement is just going to be getting runs done, learning new strats, cleaning up your execution.
Yeah, exactly.
And then once you hit a certain point, the game can just say, oh, you get too many beams, you're not allowed to PB today.
Sounds about right. I think I'm remembering this correctly. My PB, which took me from 121 to 120 minute barrier, I had 10 more beams than my previous PB, and that still PB'd by 20 or 30 seconds, just from cleaner execution.
Okay, but that is a flex, if I've ever heard one.
I'm not trying to flex. I'm just, if you're still new to the game, don't worry too much about the RNG. PBs will just come naturally from you getting better at the game. I wish I could still say that, because I know I'm a better player than I was when I got my current PB, but Fusion has something against me, and it's like, oh, you're trying to PB? Well, here's an 18 beam run. Best I can do.
Sounds about right.
Alright, I have to say, very clean movement from Thunder here.
It's what we've come to expect, but it's still a thing of beauty to watch.
Mm-hmm. Anyone in the, I'd say, top 10 easily. Anyone in the top 10, if you have the opportunity of watching them do runs, please take that opportunity, because top 10 level runs are always impressive to watch.
Oh, no question. And meanwhile, GrayFooxX also no slouch at this game. Ranked, it's kind of mind blowing to me. Ranked 40th place as of a day ago, breaking the sub 50 IGT barrier and getting a 117 RTA.
Indeed, it's been good to see that recently. There's a lot of interest in Fusion.
Absolutely, more Fusion is more good.
Hell yeah. New runners, old runners coming back. It's been a very good, I'd say, past year and a half for Fusion.
5 jumps Azabi, we absolutely take those. Clean
we
core.
We love to see it. Absolutely love to see it. Alright.
Ask if Thunder is going to give us sack skip, but
I'm positive.
Thunder is giving us sack skip.
Thunder is definitely
save there. Thunder is giving us sack skip while also not wanting to risk 16 minutes of time loss. Probably a good idea.
That just makes sense. Alright, let's see. Flawless. Love to see it.
Absolutely. What a go.
There's an alternative skip that you can do, which is if you have 3 E-tanks, you can just opt to do the Hundo skip, in which you let yourself get frozen by the SAX, and then you run through it with your iframes. But Thunder, with only 1 E-tank, doesn't get that luxury.
Yeah, and if you're consistent enough with sack skip, you absolutely spend less time taking the safety save than picking up 2 extra E-tanks that you're probably not going to need going forward anyway.
Absolutely. Meanwhile,
Also,
good sweet
shout out to
spot
Sanders in
from.
chat, keeping track of all of the RNG nonsense in this game so that we don't have to.
Oh yeah, absolute goat. Good sweet spot from GrayFooxX.
Yeah. An RNG hater, this is any percent. We don't really have much of a distinction between glitchless or regular. The standard any percent is effectively a no major glitches category, and then the major glitches is any percent memory corruption, which was a category that got a lot of initial interest, but has kind of tapered off in the past few years as people have preferred to play the entire game rather than just getting up to power bombs and saying, you know what, I'm tired of this.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna go break reality so I can quit playing Fusion faster.
Well, let me tell you right now, there will probably be a new name on the memory corruption board relatively soon. I have learned the trick, so I will be looking into getting a time.
I've been meaning to get back to doing some runs on that because I have a run on the board, but I'm not happy with it.
Mm-hmm.
Speedrunner not being happy with their runs name it more iconic duo.
Oh yeah, no speedrunner on Earth is ever happy with their time in a game, except for maybe
Also,
Scotty.
True. Also, Thunder with a very clean Sector 4 entry.
Mm-hmm.
And Sector 4, fun fact, the only sector where we enter and go left.
Thunder likes to call it the intern sector for that. He thinks that the sector was designed by an intern.
Okay. I can take that.
Though, I did see a bit of headcanon from one of the Randovania randomizer developers, Clue. Their headcanon is that Sector 4 is the only sector that juts towards the center of the station, whereas the remaining sectors circle around the station, which is what, which also explains how 5 connects into 4.
Gravitationally, it also makes sense because you have all of that water, which is going to be much more dense than a lot of parts of the station.
Mm-hmm.
And so having it on the inside, whenever I saw Clue say that, I immediately adopted that headcanon. And oh, Thunder getting trolled by this door here, going into a weird empty room that we always see our runners just parkour around it. I don't understand.
I mean, it's weird because they parkour around this room for a few seconds, and then they get speed booster. I don't know how that works.
Must be some weird glitch that I haven't learned yet.
I mean, it's weird because in my own runs, I get to this room, I jump around for a few seconds, and then I just get a fanfare and congrats, you have speed booster. Like, I've never understood how that works. Yeah, see, speed booster. Yeah. And now
we're getting a reverse escape. We love to see it.
Oh, bit of a rough start, but oh. Bit of a rough
saves,
start.
What, 9 seconds if you do it optimally?
If you do it optimally, it's somewhere between 6 and 7 seconds. Yeah, typically runners will go to the right of that empty room after getting speed booster, but a few select runners, I know all of the top 3 do it. I'm not sure if JRP does it as well. Maybe he does. But I know for a fact that the top 3 runners do this. They decide that going right is for losers, so they exit through the left with a very quick and complicated series of underwater wall jumps to save 6 to 7 seconds that are very hard to get and very well deserved.
Oh, Thunder missing the low height.
Very unfortunate. That trick is diabolical. Oh, and meanwhile, GrayFooxX is doing some parkour.
Looks like GrayFooxX almost went swimming and decided not to.
Mm-hmm. I don't think swimming works if you're trying to get speed booster. I think only parkouring works.
Yeah, it looks like the
Very.
game made GrayFox do a little more parkour for it, but also getting speed booster here.
Yeah. One thing with Reverse Ceres that I've seen Thunder specifically complain about, mostly when he was learning it, is that it is extremely rough on the hands.
Also, while we are getting Thunder going to a new sector here and GrayFox just redoing what we just watched Thunder do, we've had a little bit of talk of Rando here. And for anyone watching who has not heard the news, which I imagine is maybe one of you at most, but Fusion Randovania Randomizer went stable last week and is available for anyone to play on all major computer platforms. So if you've ever wanted to play Fusion but play it a little different, not have to talk to Adam so much, and even can get rid of those pesky door fixes if you really want, definitely give it a try. It is a blast.
Indeed, it is. I was part of the people who were playing it while it was in beta to report any issues, and it is absolutely an incredible randomizer.
Yeah, even in beta, basically all of my reporting came down to, yeah, I see no issues.
Same, actually. Most of my reports were either, it told me this seed was impossible, but it wasn't, or all good.
Thunder here, opening the level 2 locks, as Fusion is, of course, a game about collecting keys.
Yeah, I mean, isn't all of Metroid about collecting keys? Think about it.
I suppose that is Metroidvania game design.
Yeah, you get 12 artifacts in Prime, you get however many Sky Keys in Prime 2, you get however many energy cells in Prime 3. I can't wait to see what the major key system is in Prime 4.
Also, we can't forget about Randovania Fusion Randomizer, where you collect baby Metroids.
Indeed, indeed. Thunder now collecting this specific missile tank, which has a name. It's called Bob.
Hi, Bob.
Hi, Bob. Bye, Bob. For a long time, Bob was thought to be unskippable. And then someone, I forget who, discovered that you can clip through the crumble block in any version that isn't Japanese and skip Bob. And after that, Bob was thought to be impossible to skip in Japanese. And then someone else very talented discovered that through a Shine Spark trick that has 7 frames of leniency, you can skip Bob. So Bob is absolutely skippable if you have the talent for it.
Yeah, and we just had 2 runners in the past month do RTA Bob skip in Japanese in real time. No one's going for it in runs, but I'm not gonna lie, I think that the day is going to be upon us where Monkey, if no one else, will start going for it in runs.
Oh yeah, yeah. If anyone's gonna do it, it's either gonna be Monkey, Schmade, or Scotty if he's feeling goofy.
Look, Fusion is just Scotty's world. We're just living in it.
I mean, yeah. They say it's Scott Pilgrim versus the world, when it's really just C Scotty W versus everyone else.
I mean, C Scotty W versus the world already happened a few years ago on this very network of channels. And if anyone hasn't watched it, that was a great relay race.
Unfortunately, I was not in the speedrunning scene at the time, so I did not see this.
I didn't see it live, but I've watched it after the fact, and it was I believe it took place of the annual 2D Metroid Relay, except one team was just Scotty.
Okay, that sounds very funny. I need to see that. Meanwhile,
I won't spoil who wins.
Well, I can only guess. Thunder now diving into Sector 6 while GrayFox is on his way to fight the security robot, which we definitely will not be seeing again later in the game.
Oh, absolutely not. That robot just ran away.
Mm-hmm.
Or as I like to say, we put it back in storage. Get your cat jams in chat, even though we can't hear it, you can feel the cat jam in your heart.
Oh, of course.
GrayFooxX going for the more traditional fight as opposed to Thunder, who did the newer fight that is very risky because you have to damage boost into box, and it's difficult to get all of the missiles you need with the correct timing. But the reason that the new fight saves a lot of time is that box has to walk to a certain point in the room in order to jump out of the room. So by killing it further to the right, we shorten the distance that it has to run to go away.
One particularity with the two box strats is that the newer quick kill, you're meant to do it in 2 rounds, but even if you do it in 3, you're at worst not losing time, because a 3-round quick kill is basically the same as a borderline perfect ult strat.
Yeah, which was a great development to discover, because the original prevailing thought was that if you didn't get it in 2 cycle, it wasn't worth doing.
Yeah, exactly.
And we're on to the second SAX skip. There are several different versions of this skip, and I'm curious to see which one Thunder's going to go for. My favorite is one where Samus gets frozen as a ball, because it's just very delightful to watch.
Yeah. Okay, he's going for the classic.
Nothing wrong with going for the classic. It's a very safe strat, and in a race setting, you definitely want to minimize chances of dying, because if you lose 29 minutes to anyone in this tournament, you're probably not winning the race.
Yeah, probably.
That corrects stealing Thunder's Varia suit, trying to save us from having to look at it. Thunder launching a few missiles into it as penance, and of course now we have the Megacore X, which is the only major boss in the game to not be damaged with missiles, aside from the SAX and the Omega Metroid at the very end. And we have to hit it with charge shots, Thunder keeping it well on script here, making beautiful work of that boss fight.
Indeed.
And anytime you see Varia sub 30, that's just always a good benchmark to hit, and it's one that, especially as one gets better at the run, just starts to show a good point of progress.
Exactly. I would like to present a hot take. I know that the Fusion Varia suit is very frowned upon by a lot of Metroid fans. I personally really like it, and I think it's a lot nicer looking than some other suits in other games that a lot of people really hype up.
I can respect this.
Like, I'll give you an example. I personally think the Fusion Varia suit looks a lot nicer than the light suit from Prime 2. And I know this is an extremely hot take, like scalding hot. Thunder in chat saying ugly suit, and I agree. No, I do not agree. I think the Fusion Varia suit actually looks nice. I like the yellow and magenta.
Meanwhile, I'm trying to remember what the... You know, I'll agree with your take there. I think I do like the Fusion Varia suit a little bit more than the light suit.
I absolutely love to hear this.
I couldn't really remember what the light suit looked like, because for most of the game you're not looking at Samus.
That's true. That is true. That is the one particularity with Prime games, is that unlike in the 2D ones where you're constantly looking at Samus, in Prime you only see Samus in cutscenes.
Ooh, Thunder taking a knee just before the elevator. You hate to see it.
Yeah. that is one of the most annoying things anyone can do. Is like you think you're on the elevator and then you press down and you just kneel.
Ooh,
That is
nice sweet spot for
really annoying.
GrayFooxX there.
Yeah, indeed.
Now Thunder going into the most visited sector of the game, going into Sector 5. This is a sector that runners are so tired of that memory corruption was developed so that we didn't have to go into it a third time.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, GrayFox just like getting absolutely trolled by the bulls in that room and the ouch on the door for just to add injury to insult.
Yeah, just for good measure. Sector 6 exit is by far one of the worst parts in mid game because the enemies in every single room where they start is determined by specific patterns, and we know how this game likes to act with its runners, so more often than not, you'll see runners get extremely jank patterns that they have to work around.
I'm going to give the coldest take.
Go
Bulls
on.
are the worst enemy in Metroid Fusion, and it isn't close.
I can't disagree with that. It's true.
Also,
It's just
why the
true.
buffers are called bulls is completely beyond me.
Uh, I don't know why their official name is Bull. I will never call them bulls. They're just puffers. That's what they are. I don't understand the reasoning behind calling them bulls.
I only call them that to clown on them.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Lord Goober in chat saying that they used to be a bounty hunter like us until they took a power bomb to the knee, and I'm sorry to hear you no longer have a knee.
Yeah, I mean, personally, if I took a power bomb to the knee, I would probably cease to exist.
Yeah, most likely. That seems like a vaporizing type situation.
Mm-hmm. I mean, in other Adam says that power bombs are extremely dangerous, and specifically because of their vaporizing capabilities. So, the fact that Lord Goober survived a power bomb to the knee and came out of it to tell the tale is extremely impressive.
Yeah, Clue is in chat saying that the enemies are probably called bulls because it's ambiguous with PAL amps, which also puff up to call puffers. That doesn't explain why bull, though.
Yeah, why bold? Like, so many things that they could be called.
I'd say we should just make up a name for them, but we already have puffers. What do we need?
Yeah, we don't need
Underpicking
anything
of the
else.
double yellows, which were recently routed into the run. And get some dogs in chat here.
Yeah, I just got a phone call. We seem to have an emergency in Frankersy.
I feel like, why does Frankersy always have emergencies? Like, just let the dog have a good time.
I don't know. I mean, this just seems to be a dog that is always in some sort of a pickle for some reason.
Also, chat, you know what to do here. Thunder is going into Meltdown.
Yeah.
So we need to get some guesses in chat here. What's going to be the final timer when Thunder completes this segment?
I need to give this some thought before I give my guess. Let me see.
I'm feeling confident. I'm going to say a 4:37 for Thunder.
Okay. Let me think. I'm gonna say, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna go with 437 as well. I'm thinking
Is
he's
this
gonna
the
get
first time we've ever had the commentary booth agree on a prediction?
Possibly. Quite possibly, actually.
Also, I like that you were stalling for time there to see if Thunder got caught up on anything early to revise your answer.
No, I actually wasn't waiting for that. If I was waiting for anything, I'd be waiting for the eye door. But I'm pretty confident Thunder will get 0 beams, even though I know for a fact that Thunder usually has a bad time with RNG because I have the honor of sitting with him in VC a lot of the time, and I watch him do runs, and more often than not, he does get well. As I say this, he gets no beams. Commentator's blessing?
Something like that. I don't think that was a double. Okay, it was a double.
Oh, it was, okay. Hang on. Lock in.
Is this gonna be I think this might be a 438.
Maybe?
Nope.
37.
You
on the money.
Autumn and Darkspy with the call.
Let's go. Alright, let's go. We absolutely love to see this.
Emergency's such a good segment as well, just with the amount of movement that it has in it. One of the most satisfying to perform well.
Mm-hmm. It feels extremely good to play a borderline perfect emergency. Like, even if you get beams at the end, like, those aren't your fault. Like, playing a good emergency up to then, it just feels incredible. Ooh. Thunder getting knocked into the lava by a plume. Let's see how he deals with stretchy climb.
Red Tower, one of my favorite
Ooh.
rooms in the run to watch done well.
Yeah.
Haven't seen that happen before.
I can probably tell you what happened there. Thunder has a really bad habit of fat fingering his D-pad, and sometimes when he's pressing a direction, he'll fat thumb over another button, even if it's for a single frame. That's enough for Fusion to be like, oh, you pressed this, I'm gonna do that. But he backs it up decently quickly, so...
Also, we still have an emergency going on in Franker Z. Chat,
Damn.
you know what to do. We need another prediction. What's GrayFox gonna get?
For GrayFooxX, I'm gonna say a 431.
I'm gonna say a 431.
Okay, alright, let's see. If we get both of these right, this will be an absolutely goated commentary booth. Or, I should say, even more based.
Although I think we might be banned from ever predicting again if that happens.
I mean, maybe. Maybe we just see into the future. Meanwhile, while Thunder is in Animals, I would like to present a formal complaint to the Super Metroid speedrunning community, because they always opt to kill the animals to save the frames, and now it's our problem and our time loss to deal with.
Right? Like, I think the animals are just punishing us for all of the Super Metroid runners killing them.
Yeah, like, they kill them and then they take revenge on Fusion players. That doesn't.
Okay, only one beam
fair.
for GrayFox. Not too bad.
Not terrible. Hang on.
I don't think we're getting the double prediction though.
That's unfortunate. That is
Nice
very
double there.
unfortunate. Oh, misses the second
Got a
double.
single.
But... Alright, not bad. Not bad at all.
Yeah, 422, still a respectable emergency.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt about that.
And I blinked and I missed Thunder making it up 2 animals.
Same. Although, that probably wasn't too quick if I had to guess. There's a few patterns in which these animals can come out of the habitation deck environment, and most of them are either considered mid or just slow. there's only really like a couple fast ones, and then there's god animals where they all get out at essentially the same time.
I feel like animals are the one RNG point where you're not even really mad at the bad RNG. You just feel like you got a lucky treat if you actually get good RNG for once.
Essentially, yeah. I mean, when I'm doing attempts, I get far more mad when I get 3 beams and a 9 door than when I get bad animals.
I mean, they're just so cute. You can't stay mad at them for too long.
That's true. Those animals are actually adorable.
Meanwhile, Thunder just talked to Adam, being told to go back to Sector 5.
It's funny because we exit Sector 5, we go to Sector 3, we go back to main deck, and then we're told, oh, back to Sector 5.
It is the first data room that doesn't get immediately destroyed after we use it, or in the case of the Sector 6 one, right before we can use it.
True. Runty Grunt in chat saying that every time I get more than 2 I-beams, I throw my Game Boy against the wall as hard as I can. Now, one of 2 things here is true. Either your Game Boy is made of, I don't know, vibranium or something, or you have an extensive collection of broken Game Boys.
I mean, that could be eventually compiled into a modern art piece.
That's true. That is true.
Please don't break all of your Game Boys just to make a sculpture out of them, though.
If you're gonna do anything with them, sell them, or use them. But like, don't break them for the sake of making an art piece. Thunder is back in Sector 5 while GrayFooxX is heading up to save the animals.
Thunder getting the power bombs. We're coming up on another SAX escape, allegedly.
Indeed. Ooh. GrayFooxX being given trouble by the double stretchy room in animals.
Going for a more traditional strat after it looked like the impossible strat was just not going to be there. I like to call that the beyond strat because it is not impossible. Ooh.
Ooh.
And the bonk, you hate to see it.
Yeah, that is not great to see. Good backup,
Solid
though.
climb through the stretchies, though, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Because that room can go off the rails very quickly.
That is actually...
How I know.
How do you know, Autumn?
I'm bad at this game.
Well, you say you're bad at this game, but when I started running, my first objective was to bop you.
Yeah, and you succeeded, for sure.
Well, not to toot my own horn, but I did. That is true.
Don't worry, I'm getting that bop back in 2027. I'm playing the long game.
You love to see it. Playing long game, playing mind games, this is what speedrunning is all about. Always keep your opponent on the back of their heel.
I mean, also, if you're running Hundo, this is a fairly long game.
That is true. The average Hundo run is around like an hour and 40 something minutes.
Yeah, I think my PB is like a 153. This game has a lot of items, and most of them are there for no reason, because you don't need any of those powerbomb tanks, let alone all of them. Fusion really said, hey, how would you like to have 72 powerbombs that you can use to reveal blocks to find more power-ups?
And everyone looked at Fusion and was like, why would you do that? It's funny because Fusion has by far the biggest amount of E-tanks and the biggest amount of power bombs, and the reason why that is Apparently, when the developers were making the game, they couldn't figure out a way to make
Good jump
the.
hype.
Yep, we love to see JRP jump. The developers weren't able to find a way to make the core X's count towards the completion percentage. So all of the main upgrades that Samus gets don't count toward your item completion. So they had to add a bunch of items as filler, essentially, to put 100 items in the game. And since there's something with Metroid where you can't ever have more than 250 missiles for some reason, they just decided to add a bunch of E-tanks and power bomb tanks.
GrayFooxX going with classic Shine Spark trick to get through on the second lap into Sector 5.
Mm-hmm. That is a trick that not a lot of people do anymore, but it's still very interesting to see.
Yeah, it loses time over optimal movement,
But it looks cool.
but it looks cool, and it definitely has a much higher floor as far as how good it's going to be.
Exactly. Ooh, zero beams at Yakuza for Thunder.
You love to see that. Yakuza's such a fun boss because we just fire a bunch of shots up at it at the beginning of the fight. If you jump up or if you have space jump in rando, you can actually go up and see Yakuza just hanging out like a doofus on the top of the room.
Meanwhile, Thunder getting quick. Thunder just got quick one round. That is insane.
Thunder's goated.
So, for anyone who doesn't understand what just happened, Yakuza can give you anywhere between 1 to 4 rounds every time it shoots fire at you. So you'll usually be getting 1 to 4 rounds unless you don't manage to get it into phase 2 by the second time it shoots flames at you. But if you wall jump up to Yakuza just after it shoots fire at you the first time, you can be grabbed by it. And if you mash your left and right buttons quick enough to make Yakuza release you, it can open its mouth a second time to shoot fire at you while it's still high in the room. And if you shoot enough missiles at it, then you essentially get to the second phase without having to wait for Yakuza to crawl down the room towards you.
Thunder freezing the SAX just as it realized he was there, although getting a little closer on the chase than we normally see in runs. Intended strat is to run into that door in the left so that you can actually hide from the SAX, and we're like, nah, that's too slow. We're just gonna missile. It doesn't know how to chase us down this pathway.
I feel like the SAX doesn't know a lot of things other than run after Samus, shoot Ice Beam. That's it.
Yeah, the SAX was so terrifying as a kid because it seemed like it knew so much and could chase you so well, and then you start speedrunning the game and you look at how little it can actually figure out how to deal with.
True. That is very true. Ooh, another no beam for Thunder at Notori. Impressive.
Ooh. Carried. Oof.
He falls into the Vile Plume, though. That's unfortunate.
Thunder clearly falling for content.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I have to admit, I would absolutely love to see a fan game that was just Fusion, but the SAX could be live chasing you throughout the station.
Ooh, yeah.
But, like, you absolutely couldn't make a ROM hack like that without extended coding. Doesn't make me not want it, though.
Oh yeah, I mean, if anyone wants to put themselves through that for the good of the Fusion community, by all means. Thunder in chat seeming a little disgruntled with emulator.
If there's one thing that we Fusion runners can agree on, it's heck BizHawk.
That is so true. Which is funny because heck BizHawk, but it's also seemingly the only stable emulator to run the game on.
Yeah. It is, by all accounts, a great emulator, except every now and then it decides, hey, I feel like eating your inputs today.
So true. So true. Thunder's being told that there's some sort of trouble going on in Sector 5. Wouldn't it be a nightmare if there was a creature roaming around the sector?
What if, like, the best boss in the game was still waiting for us there? We haven't seen a boss in Sector 5, one of the 2 sectors we haven't seen a boss in yet.
Best boss? I thought Thunder already fought Yakuza.
That's a fair take, but Nightmare's better.
I mean, I'm saying this, but I will fully admit Nightmare is my second favorite boss anyway, so my top 2 is Yakuza and Nightmare.
Yeah, Yakuza does have a great boss theme, though.
Yeah, which funnily enough, the Yakuza theme also plays when you're parkouring in that one room in Sector 4 for some reason.
Well, yeah, you've got to have good music to parkour with.
That's true. Actually, on that topic, whenever okay, I've been disconnected, seemingly.
I have also been disconnected.
Okay, well, right, let's hope that chat can still hear us somehow.
If you're in chat, tell us if you can hear us.
Yeah, please. Oh, okay, we might be back? Okay,
We're
chat
back.
can still hear us. Okay.
Yo!
Okay, that was interesting. We lost all visuals for a few seconds. On the topic of good parkour music, have you ever noticed how whenever you walk past a skate park, they always have some banging music playing?
That is true.
I feel like skaters know something about music that we don't, because every skate park I walk by in my area, there's just some absolute bangers playing.
I mean, also, I feel like half of the 30-somethings I know had their musical taste formed by Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
I mean, I'm 27, and half of my music taste was essentially influenced by my sisters, who were all in their late 30s and early 40s. So I definitely know what that's like.
Also, Thunder on Nightmare and absolutely just spamming missiles into its face.
Ooh, Thunder not quite
unable
getting
to
kill.
wait, get the 1 round. 2 missiles away.
Good sweet
Thunder, an
spot.
absolute machine with those triple double sweet spots.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, GrayFooxX making his way. Ooh, saving before. Oh yeah, I see why. I see why. Saving before Notori, as he is only on 19 health.
Yeah, not a terrible idea, because all it takes is one weird key hunter pattern in the room, and that's a dead run.
Yeah, indeed. Alright. He should be good to fight Notori now.
Yeah, Notori, of course, a great boss where we have a safe spot where if you just stand on the far right edge of this platform, the left plant won't throw any spores at you, and you can just kind of stand there and throw missiles at Notori until it stops moving. Or, I guess, stops shooting at you. It wasn't moving in the first place.
I love the video game trope of there always being just a boss fight, which is just a damage sponge.
One of my favorite facts about this room, if you go into one of our category extensions and play under Nettery RTA conditions, the hatch in this room is active because the power's not off.
Is it actually?
The Beam Core X shoots plasma beams at you. If it hits the door, it opens the door.
Oh, that is fire. I did not know that.
It can also knock you out of the door, and then if you go back around, you have to restart the fight.
Oh, that is just mean, though. That's mean.
Also, for anyone who doesn't know what happens when you sequence break fusion, it just, whenever you beat the boss, it tells you whatever the last security level you opened, it just tells you that you got that, and then your progression is soft locked.
Yeah, essentially. And you actually don't get the upgrade that you're supposed to get from that core either.
Yeah, Nettery RTA goes to fight Nettery after picking up High Jump. It is a ridiculous category and an absolute endurance test of a boss fight.
I am probably never gonna do Notori RTA for the simple fact that the clip that you have to do for it is what is one frame, and it is very hard to do one frame things on a control stick.
Wait, that clip's really one frame?
I mean, the quick more fun morph is
Oh, I can see how that would be a hard motion on a stick, yeah.
yeah. That it like I tried it a few times a few days ago. Like I was with Vicious in in VC a few days ago. She was teaching me the Memco stuff, and she told me to try out the Notori RTA clip, and I was like, nope, absolutely not. Like I tried
Yeah,
a
I
couple
remember
times.
having to lab it out from an old video of Scotty doing the clip, figuring out, okay, how did this actually happen?
Like no instructions, just reverse engineering it.
What is Discord doing here?
I don't know. Discord is on some stuff. Like, what is going on?
Ooh, GrayFooxX taking the hit on the way to Nightmare, because sometimes the game just says, hey, you're gonna get hit, there's nothing you can do about it, hope you have health.
Yep. Because, you know, Fusion treats its runners so well and fairly. Ah, Flash Frost in chat calling out attention for something important. We might be seeing wave core doubles from Thunder.
I certainly hope we do. A couple of
Wave
years ago, wave core doubles were looked at as, okay, this is technically possible, but the setup is so hard that not worth going for, and even if you do get it, it doesn't save time, and now we've gone to people can do double doubles in a run setting.
Indeed, the old setup was double frame perfect. Meanwhile, the setup that exists, the new setup that was discovered, I believe it was either last year or like a few months ago. I think it was last year. It's only frame perfect once, and the second shot you have a few frames of leniency. Not too many, but it's definitely more lenient than frame perfect.
Oh, Nightmare was absolutely trolling GrayFooxX there.
Yeah, like
Just refusing to go back. See what Thunder can do here. Is Thunder gonna cook?
Ooh, not by getting
just
the two
short.
round. One missile short.
One missile shy of the 2-round.
Alright.
Still cooking by anyone else's standards.
True. Oh, not quite.
And
Unfortunate.
the other problem with doubles here is that Wavecore hits like an absolute truck.
True.
So if you're not careful, you can die there. Especially a lot of runs or a lot of runners in non-race settings will come in here with one E-tank.
I believe that even Scotty and Monkey have converted to doing 3 tanks, because getting 3 tanks and double on Wavecore is quicker than only having 1 E-tank and not going for a double.
Good to know.
And you know, going for double on 1 E-tank is just a really bad idea.
That is a very bad idea. Unless you want to lose a fusion run.
True.
Now, Thunder, please stack the Metroids for us.
My man. Line them up.
Gotta line them up.
Hell yeah.
It is worth spending 3 frames to get those Metroids lined up because they just look so good like that.
Exactly. Like I will never understand runners who say, "Oh, it's slower." My brother in Christ, it is 3 frames and it looks so cool. I wouldn't even be mad if I didn't PB by 3 frames, but I lined up the Metroids.
True. I feel like those are the last frames that you want to cut out, or save in the run if you're going for a world record level attempt.
True. If you need to save frames, save them elsewhere, anywhere else you can. Leave those 3 frames for absolute last.
Flash throwing some shade at a fellow runner in chat here.
Oh, Flash, that is disrespectful, my guy. Come on. Be a good sport. No, in all seriousness, though, we're lucky to be in a community where people actually really get along. I feel blessed to have decided to speedrun a game which not only is my favorite game, but it also has a very welcoming community filled with incredible people who are willing to help out any newcomer.
Absolutely, the Discord is a fun place, and plus occasionally we just all collectively lose our minds.
That is actually true. I love the collective brain rot that happens there sometimes.
The amount of times when I've just had to tell someone, Fusion server's fusioning again. Not small.
Sounds about right. Ooh, Ridley Idor trolling Thunder? 2 beams.
No longer carried.
Hate to see it.
Headphones warning, because this chicken is about to get loud.
Oh yeah. Let's see if Thunder can get the perfect fight.
I really need to learn the pattern for this fight, because my standard strat is just try to react to what it's doing, and it's very slow.
Not quite the perfect fight, but he reacted well enough to Ridley's movement to...
Ooh, nice double there.
Ooh.
Another nice pair of doubles.
Love to see it.
Oh, not this. I thought that was a sweet spot.
Same. What happened there? Okay. Fusion not having it.
Sometimes Fusion just disagrees.
Yeah. I mean, I really don't mean to be flexing here, but I'm working on a little project. I'm working on a task of the new reverse boss order hack, and I'm very quickly discovering that doing something even just a frame off can be extremely detrimental to something as delicate as a Core X sweet spot. Like, I didn't think it was that oddly specific.
I look forward to seeing that task whenever you are able to get through it.
I mean, it may take a while. I started it like the day before yesterday. Actually, I started it on Monday, and I got up to I've only gotten up to the Arachnus fight. Ooh, beautiful screw climb from Thunder. Meanwhile, he's just dumping missiles, likely out of frustration.
Oh yeah, that's the other nice thing about picking up 50 missiles as opposed to 45, is that's more rage missiles that you can launch whenever Fusion is just really being mean.
Oh yeah, of course.
We definitely see runners get mad, and there's just something about the screen shake with the missiles that just makes them really satisfying to unleash your fury with.
It really brings out the rage. It feels really good.
Like, it feels just a little more visceral than SM runners just arm pumping at things.
Yeah, exactly.
Although that is also a great way to rage at a game.
Mm-hmm.
GrayFooxX, let's see if we're going to get the sweet spot. And getting the sweet spot. Let's go.
That is beautiful. Nice.
Meanwhile, Thunder started playing a visual novel here.
Mm-hmm. This is by far the longest text in the game. Like, by far.
And fusion text is a skill all its own, because you can't just hold down a button. You have to advance and then repress a button every time at the right time when the text box ends. And with something like this, where each text box is a different length, the timing is slightly inconsistent on all of them.
I really wish Fusion's text was like Dreads, where you just mash A for a few times and then you get on your way.
I really wish Fusion's text was like Faster Fusion.
Oh, so true. GrayFooxX not lighting up the Metroids.
It's okay. We can forgive them.
Oh yeah, of course.
Oh, getting trolled a little bit on this restricted escape. Still getting out with a 53, still not bad. Not terrible.
True, not terrible at all. Meanwhile, I just want to see something because I'm looking at GrayFooxX's stream, and he's not playing with his splits on. He's doing single segment. He's doing single segment. I just want to see what we're looking at here in terms of time. I'm curious to see if he might or might not be on PB pace.
My gut tells me not quite, but
Yeah,
I don't know that for sure.
My gut also tells me not quite, but it doesn't hurt to check.
Yeah, because he has a 117.50, and if I had to guess, I'd say this is a low 118. Meanwhile,
that sounds
Thunder
about right.
onto the Sax fight. A little bit of a delay there, but getting the 4-shot. Once thought to be a myth.
True.
Now, onto the most cursed Hornode in the game. Like, that Hornode did not need that many mouths.
No, not really.
Okay, there's the first double.
Not quite getting
the triple double with the sweet. Oh yeah, that was slightly off.
Yeah. That core is very finicky with how its sweet spot works.
Yeah, I wasn't even sure when I looked at it if that second double hit, but then we got the triple double, so clearly it did.
Yeah, absolutely.
Also, these pirates trolling both of our runners today and taking multiple shots to hit.
True.
Which, I know there's a different length in the hitbox when the pirates extend their arms that allow the beam to hit a little bit longer.
Mm-hmm.
And that can affect whether you get the one-shot or not.
True.
When planting a bomb directly on Ridley's eyes, you love to see it.
Alright. See GrayFooxX's Ridley fight. Can Thunder get low height? Not quite. Unfortunate.
Yeah, that's gonna be a bonk. Can Thunder give us Pogo?
Man. Oh yeah, Thunder calling attention to something in chat. Every run Thunder completes, he always makes sure that his missiles and power bombs are both displaying a 9 when he gets hit by Omega, because his gamer tag is Thunder99.
I never realized that.
Mm-hmm. It's a really neat way of sort of signing the run, in a way. And he always does the same after killing Omega, just to make sure.
And that is some matching that's required there. Like,
oh yeah,
Thunder not having a ton of extra time here. Finishing with an official racetime.gg time of 1:11:42. Get those GGs in chat.
Absolutely. And also, by consequence of that, winning this race.
Yeah, and that's what, 38 seconds off of PB? That is great for a race setting.
Yeah, absolutely. Meanwhile,
And now Thunder
it
is
look.
mashing circle.
Mm-hmm. And it seems like we don't have audio from GrayFooxX. It's either that or his volume is very low, but I do genuinely think we don't have audio from GrayFooxX.
Yeah, let me see what I can do here with that.
Oh yeah, I just opened his stream and it does seem like he doesn't have any audio. So we might as well just switch back to Thunder's.
Ask and you shall receive.
Yo, Thunder!
Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O.
Hey, Thunder.
Thanks.
GG.
Man.
How do you feel?
That was decent. I after the time loss at Supers, I didn't lose time until I got the grab. Like that was the only time I lost 2 seconds. I maintained the plus 16 the whole time. I was like, oh, this is kind of decent. I got super carried the Yakuza.
Oh yeah, I lost my mind at that quick one round.
I got uber carried.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
we
happened
barely have to even register you were there, and all of a sudden it was.
Mm-hmm. What happened at Yakuza? Not Yakuza. Notori.
Oh, you know, when I press down and it does nothing. It's kind of cool. It looks like that. It's usually what it does.
Oh yeah,
It's kind of awesome.
Of course.
Recovered it as best I could though, because that was at least I've practiced that, but that's such an awkward situation to do on the fly because it's always like slightly different. But
Oh
it worked
yeah,
out, I
of
guess.
course. Mm-hmm. Were
Yeah,
there
so
any?
much of the skill in speedrunning just being practicing your backups and knowing what to do when something doesn't work, especially in a race setting.
True.
Real backups, my beloved.
That is something I am very lacking in.
It comes with time, like everything else.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, you didn't just spawn in the top 3, so you had to work your way up.
Yo,
Were there any parts in your run that you thought were either really good or really bad?
mid game was pretty solid. outside of a few little things, but then end game just the classic. But I mean, the start wasn't bad. I got a 38 flat wide. That was definitely solid, and I was only plus 10 at Yakuza, so could have been something if I had better.
Yeah.
Like the problem is my end game is really good already, so it's really hard to match it. But the rest of it was pretty rough. Xbox was rough. Ridley was rough. Please tell me you saw the stupid. I tried to be aggressive with the gold pirate facing the other way, and it just completely boned me. I was like, bro, that's what I'm talking about.
I didn't mention that, but I did notice it.
Yeah, I don't know why it spawns. Sometimes it spawns facing you, and sometimes it doesn't. And if it doesn't, there's like a really weird timing where like you do what I did, where you do the strat where you like, release your charge and turn around, but like I think it's mid turn, so it's like still technically facing the other direction. So then you're facing the same direction as it or something. I don't know. It's a weird one.
Also, nice casual 44 here.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. That's
that's 44 number what?
128 or something like that now? I don't know.
Jesus Christ. This guy has 128 44s. What a goat.
You have more 44s than I have finished runs.
I think I calculated it the other day. It's like just about 40% of my completed runs now are 44s, something like that.
Jesus Christ. That is an insane statistic.
That's mostly from this year though, because I've done this will be like the 102nd run I've done this year now, so I've just been cranking out attempts.
Mad lad.
I need the 110. I'm fiending.
Yeah, you've been on that 110 grind for a while now.
Mm-hmm.
You'll get it. I have full trust in that. We will have
Trust.
We will have 3 110s on the board.
Real. I'm just glad I got a 44. That's all I want out of the tournament. Just 40 more 44s. If I can get that, I'm satisfactory.
Oh yeah, of course. anything that's a 44 will be a very good run for you.
Oh yeah, it's basically my cutoff's kind of weird at like the 112OX, but essentially anything 111 should be a guaranteed 44.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping that translates when I get to 110 for 43, and then I will be very happy. 110 43, be satisfied forever.
Oh yeah, of course. All right. Let's see if GrayFox can give us either low height or pogo.
I thought about pogoing, but I probably would have killed myself.
Oh well, yeah. That's one of the risks with doing pogo.
But the reward is swag.
That is so true.
That's actually true. Oh,
I
not
was
quite
close to
getting.
low height. Man.
Yeah, not quite getting it, but close. Are we getting pogo? Let's see. We are not. That is unfortunate.
My.
It's okay though.
Oh yeah, of course.
We've at least gotten one pogo in the tournament.
True. All right. This should be high 118 for GrayFox.
Yeah,
Which
still a very
is-
respectable time.
Yeah, of
Real.
course.
Autumn come back.
Real. That's actually true.
Autumn
I've
come
been
home.
trying and life just keeps lifing.
Real.
Life does keep
And
lifing.
like,
That
I
is
was
true.
gonna try to do this. We have a local speedrun group in my area that's doing an event, and I was gonna try to derust any percent for it, and then Rando had to drop.
Real.
Oh, yeah,
The
Rando.
Rando's been really cool. If anyone hasn't played that in chat, go play it. It is actually very fun. I've done some very interesting seeds.
Rando is what got me into the game in the first place, so I will always vouch for it.
Dark
Get some
Spy knows I'm a
GGs
huge
going in
fan
chat
of,
here.
I'm a huge fan of GG GrayFox.
Yeah, GG GrayFox. Not easy going up against one of the top three. Bro put on a respectable show.
I could have died.
I mean, yeah, you could have.
I mean, we did see you take that save before sack skip.
True.
Yeah, just in case. Just in case.
never know.
You never know. Sometimes you morph a little too fast and then you're cooked. I know how to back that up, but it's really weird.
Yeah. You're right.
Dark Spy is a knower.
Of course.
I just looked over at chat.
You're right.
You're right.
Real.
I'm gonna start doing that whenever I get a new PV. Just put you're right.
Real.
50 IGTs. That is very respectable.
Oh, 50
Seeing your
solid.
rate makes me just want to make a Deltarune reference at any slow speed runs. But I will also avoid actually saying the spoiler here. Oh, and a 50 for GrayFox also. Love to see it.
Very respectable. Very respectable IGT to get.
I'm not sure if GrayFox is joining VC or not.
Your wonderful race admin Autumn forgot to mark GrayFox as done.
Oh,
Now you
same.
know.
So I have now fixed that, and we should be able to get an invite out to GrayFox if they would like to join us in here.
Okay. Good stuff.
That was a fun race.
Mhm.
Hopefully next time I don't mess up reverse errors, it'll be a little better.
Yeah,
We'll
I
see.
did notice that.
This my buttons are starting to get dodgy. I'll have to probably replace them pretty soon, honestly.
Mm. Yeah.
You hate to see it. Looks like we have GrayFox just joining us now.
Yo.
GG GrayFox.
GG GrayFox.
What's up? going for the G. Sorry, my English is very, very bad.
All good.
Don't worry about it.
If it's any consolation, your English is much better than my French.
That is actually true. All right. How do you feel about that run?
A lot of mistake, but it's a no reset. And the matchup is predictable.
Mhm. I mean, you still put in a very respectable time, so
Yeah, I started the G-Rust 2 months ago, and I got my first 50 JT sub.
yeah, that was hype.
And
That's right, you did get a sub.
I'm happy to participate at this tournament.
Mm-hmm.
My first
always great.
opponent give up because he don't have a speedrun this game.
It's always great to see people de-rusting Fusion and participating in tournaments. It really shows that Fusion is the game that just refuses to die.
Yeah, I'm gonna come up with a hot take here, but Metroid Fusion, good game.
Let's not
I'll
get crazy.
I'll have to think about that, but for now, I'm gonna partially agree with
The
that.
jury's still out.
I'll need to give that. I'll need to give that a thought. Is it fun? Yes, sometimes. Is it good? Debatable.
Sometimes maybe good.
Thunder's a knower. All right, and now with these results, Thunder moves into the next round where he will be racing against Bench Juice.
Yo, bench. Yo.
Oh, that is gonna be a good race. You want to tune in
Yeah.
for that?
I'm excited for that one.
Meanwhile, GrayFooxX drops into the losers bracket where he will race Ronald Rage,
Ooh.
which should also be a decently good race.
Good
Right.
race, but I think predictable too.
I mean, predictable doesn't mean it's bad, so. All right.
You'd be surprised. Rage does very weird things sometimes.
That
Might
is
catch him
true.
on a bad day. Who knows?
All right.
It's my only chance to win.
We love to see it. All right. Do our runners want to give any final thoughts?
Follow the commentators. Thank you guys for commentating this race. Shout out Speed Gaming. Thanks for putting this together for us.
Bless. All right, GrayFooxX, any final thoughts?
Just a special thanks to Destructor. Is my friend, French friend, and he forcing to I participate at this tournament.
Okay.
Yo,
Good.
Dez. Yo.
Hi, Dez.
Hi, Dez.
All right. Good stuff. I would like to thank all of the good people in Speed Gaming for keeping all of this together to allow the speedrunning communities and rando communities to put up races and tournaments to display to the world. I would like to thank both runners for putting on a good show. I would like to thank my co-commentator Autumn for being a good sport as always and for allowing me to participate in the most based commentary booth this tournament has seen so far.
And that means a lot because we've had some good ones here.
Real.
That is true, but you know, when you got based out of habit and based spy in the commentary booth, you know it's gonna you know it's gonna be a based commentary.
You heard it here, folks. And I just want to give a shout out to our runners, give a shout out to our chat. Y'all have been absolutely great to hang out with here today. Big shout out to Jeff for helping us with our initial setup here, getting everything figured out and just being a great help from the speed gaming community.
Absolutely.
And a shout out to just this tournament and all of the fun matches we've seen, all we've got coming up. Anyone have any final thoughts before we head out here?
I think I'm good.
GG's, tune into the
Okay.
races.
GG's.
Peace.
Follow the runners, and we will see you next mission.
Oh yeah. See you next mission. All right.